Hey everybody, Norm over here, and I'm here with the legendary Jesse Colin Young and his band, the Youngbloods, very influential in the late 60s. I remember seeing you guys. I was at the University of Miami, the student union, and everybody made such a fuss. The Youngbloods are coming, the Youngbloods are coming. And Jesse was the leader of the band, and I remember you had a guy known as Bananas in the band. Was that...
Yeah, that's his... He made a bluegrass band with a friend of ours, Rick Turner, when he was at BU in Boston, and they tried to, so it was Banana and the Bunch, and nobody knew who Banana was, but I think when it broke up, he just kind of took that
name, that moniker. Very cool. And, you know, this one-tune Get Together, I mean, if you see a movie based in the late 60s, early 70s, and you want to depict that time period, I guess if I was a film producer and a scorer, I would say we got to have this tune in the movie. It's a pretty important tune, and I know you've been playing all along. And by the way, Jesse, living in Hawaii, has his own coffee brand, right?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we sell it at the, we got a small farm, so we sell the crop at jessecolinyoung.com, right, Con?
Very cool.
And it sells out, you know.
Well,
and I used to work that
Hawaiian.
when we lived there, yeah. It was a wonderful 12 years. I learned to play the ukulele in Hawaii.
Yeah, and, you know,
Actually,
when you're there, you got to join them.
Taught ukulele for a couple of years.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And you say it like a Hawaiian, ukulele.
Ukulele. Ukulele is jumping flea.
Really?
Yeah, and I think maybe the Hawaiians were referring to, there's a Portuguese four-string instrument called something like a braguinha. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I've seen it spelled. And that's what the Portuguese sailors brought to Hawaii, they think. And maybe they played like, you know, that kind of mandolin style, and jumping flea.
Very cool. And this is your record called Dreamers. And
just came out.
Just came out? Okay. And why Jesse is here is we're doing this show called California Saga 2. It's with David Crosby, Al Jardine, Jesse Colin Young, as you can see, Albert Lee, the guys from the section, which are now called the Immediate Family, and a whole bunch of other people, my buddy Freebo and Alice Howe and Jason Sinay, all these guys. You know, Steve Ferrone is going to be there, and Derek Smalls is going to be the MC. If you don't know who Derek is, Derek was from the band Spinal Tap, and he's had an up-and-down career, you know, from playing big stadiums to opening for puppet shows. I mentioned that before. That's the way a musician's career can go. And that's why all these guys are so much into the homeless and all that. I mean, you know, and Jesse's one of the good guys. He's trying to do his thing, and we were talking about it. You just never know what life can dish out at you.
Yes.
You've seen it. You were downtown. You said you were.
Yes.
Downtown.
It never failed to occur to me that if something in my early life if I'd taken some paths that were offered to me, I might be there on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it, and so we're going to try to do our part.
Yeah.
Do the best. You have an association with any of these guys on the show here, or what?
Well, I think Crosby was the reason that they hired me in the CSNY tour, 1974, to play across the United States to 50, 60, 70,000 people at a time. That I had never done.
And you were a folk musician in Greenwich Village, right? You were saying before. And so you were playing to like 50, 60, 70 people on a good night, probably.
Yeah, but we had, I had already put together the band that came after that. But we had just started out and I made an album at home in my home studio called Song for Julie. And I think Crosby, the story was that he took it on a crossing from Hawaii to Tahiti. He had a sailboat in those days, and fell in love with the music and said, you know, we should take Jesse on the tour.
So very cool.
That was a...
Have you seen the movie Echoes in the Canyon?
No, I haven't.
It's actually really cool, and Bob's son Jacob is kind of the MC and band leader and all that, and it's really good. I mean, kind of flashes back a bit to the older days with Jackson Browne, and David Crosby's in it, and Tom Petty's in it, and all kinds of people. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
So Jesse, while you're here and you got a guitar in your hand, can I get you to play a little bit for us? D-28?
Yeah, I don't know. I fell in love with Dreadnoughts because I was a bass player in the Youngbloods because we couldn't find one. I was never really a bass player.
Were you using a Dan Electro bass back in the day?
Yes,
I remember. See, there's still a brain cell or two from those days on, because in those days I was slightly afflicted with a few issues from back in the day, late 60s. I think everybody I knew was, so my memory, at least that I remember.
Yes, Dan Electro Longhorn. Well, there was a fella in New York, and I forget his name. I don't think it was Dan Armstrong. I think it was earlier than that, who would take the Dan Electros, rewire the pickups, and make not the short neck, and make the short neck one became Felix Pappalardi had one of those for recording. They became a recording bass. I wanted the long neck with the funny looking longhorn.
Yeah, with the longhorns.
Yeah,
I know those instruments well, but it made an impression on me.
But we couldn't find a bass player, so I said,
Hey,
if McCartney can do
necessity,
it can be done.
Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So what are you going to do for us today?
Well, this is the 50th anniversary of Get Together. I had to learn these parts because I never played them. I played the bass. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. We can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, we may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, people we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight, and we're fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people, now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song we sing, people, you will understand. Listen, we hold the key to love and fear, all in our trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. another. Try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. You guys ready to sing? 2, 3, 4. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. At least Norm is ready. One more. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Right now. Right now. There it is.
Makes me want to put on some tie-dye and give a couple peace signs and all that. Brings back some memories. Whatever I have left, I can remember. This brings back some great memories.
Yeah.
Jesse, thank you so much for doing this. Also, we're working with Taylor and Vero, which is a very cool site, and we're getting everybody to sign these guitars, and one is going to be auctioned off at the show.
Good.
And we've had some of the guys come in already and sign it, and we're going to hopefully get the rest of the guys. And so if you would do us the honor, I would appreciate it.
I'd love it.
And again, we're trying to raise money for a great cause, the homeless. And
This is a great company. I've been a Taylor artist since the 90s.
all right.
They stand by you.
And they're good people, too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
And we got one more.
Oh,
So keep that pen ready to go.
so this is different. What is this?
It's a little bit different. This one's a rosewood one.
Wow.
The other one's a mahogany.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
All right.
All right. Well, I thank
That's
you so
beautiful.
much.
So this
And-
is no finish.
Yeah, this is kind of a satin finish,
Yeah.
which allows it to actually really ring out.
Wow.
And it would sound even better with somebody who can playing it. So,
It's a beauty.
wow. Jesse Colin Young, one of the great guys, really trying to do his part, helping the homeless. This
Yeah.
is it. California Saga 2 at the Ace Theater, downtown LA, July 3rd. Be there, be square, help the homeless, and hear some great music. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, and this too.
That too. And this as well. Thanks, my brother.
All right, brother.
All right.